Hello, today we'll be talking about Latios, the second of two Dragon Psychic type Pokémon as of the filming of this, with the other being its female counterpart, Latios. Its previous PYC dates are March 13th, 1997, January 2nd, 2000, October 23rd, 2002, August 13th, 2005, June 3rd, 2008, March 25th, 2011, January 13th, 2014, November 3rd, 2016, August 25th, 2019, and June 15th, 2022. As I mentioned yesterday, I'm surprised we're talking about Latios second, as I always remember it being before Latios in the Pokedex. I like the design of Latios. It's very unique. It being the blue one of the duo, it's my favorite. I also love the design of Mega Latios, and I honestly thought, before doing this project, that Mega Latios and Mega Latias had the same design, and that the joke was that you'd get the same Pokemon regardless, since Latios and Latias look so similar. I like that Mega Latios and Mega Latias are purple, being a mix of the two colors. I most know Latios from Pokemon Heroes the movie, where Latios and Latias were the two featured legendary Pokemon. I also know Latios from Pokemon Cafe Remix, where, like Fustel and Minun, I didn't recruit them at the same time, so I was excited when I got Latias, having already gotten Latios. Anyway, let's get into the Bulbapedia article. Hello and welcome to the Bulbapedia section of the video. Today we'll be talking about Latios, the Eon Pokemon whose number is 0381. This is Latios, this is what it looks like. This is Mega Latios, this is what it looks like. Its type is Dragon Psychic, ability Levitate. Gender ratio is 100% male, catch rate is 3 or 1.6%. Breeding is egg group, no eggs discovered. Hatch time, 120 cycles. Egg not obtainable. As Latios, it's 6'7" or 2 meters, and 132.3 pounds or 60 kilograms. As Mega Latios, it's 7'7" or 2.3 meters, and 154.3 pounds, or 70 kilograms. Its Megastone is Latiosite. Basic Experience Yield is 211 in Gen 3 through 4, and 275 plus, loving very slow. EV is 3, special attack, shape is that, footprint is that, Pokédex color is blue, other forms may have other colors, base friendship is 90. Latios is a dual-type Dragon Psychic legendary Pokemon introduced in Gen 3. While it is not known to evolve into or from any other Pokemon, Latios can Mega Evolve into Mega Latios using the Latiosite. It is a member of the Eon duo along with Latios. Biology, Latios is a Pokemon with a bird-like body stylized after a plane. Its body flows slowly into a thick neck, giving it a bulky appearance. It has no legs, usually floating instead. Most of its body is blue, with white areas near its arms and a white stripe on its back that extends up to its head. Jet plane wings sit on top of its back, while two tall, jagged fins point behind it from its rear. A red triangle marks the center of its chest, while a blue mark partially covers its face. Long ear-like fins extend from its jaws to over its head, and its eyes are red. It has 3 fingered arms, with a blue covering on the outer side of the lower arms. Latios is a male-only species, with Latias being its female counterpart. Latios has a gentle nature and will avoid fighting whenever possible. It can fly faster than a jet by tucking in its arms. In the 5th movie, Latios had the ability Sight Sharing, which allowed Latios and people around it to see exactly what Latios was seeing. Oakley also mentioned that it can shapeshift. It prefers compassionate trainers to whom it opens its heart. Latios uses telepathy to detect locations and the emotions of others, and can understand human speech. It lives by the water's edge, as seen in Pokemon Horizons like other legendary Pokemon. Latios can be found in the Pokemon Paradise Laqua. Latios loves Latios treats made by Snacksworth, who once encountered and followed it to a secret spot in the past. Latios can be summoned by the Eon Flute. Latios is the only known Pokemon capable of learning the move Luster Purge. Forms, Latios can Mega Evolve into Mega Latios. As Mega Latios, the blue parts of its body change to purple. Horns grow from the side of its head and run along its jaw. It loses the wings on its back, and similar but larger wings attach to its lower arms, normally held in a level position. Triangle shapes now mark the forward point of its wings instead of its chest. Mega Latios is said to be one of the fastest Pokemon in the world to exist. Due to Mega Evolving, Mega Latios can achieve even higher speed in flight. Mega Latios is both larger and faster than Mega Latias. It can reach a speed of Mach 4. Mega Latios. Game data, NPC appearances, Pokemon Pinball, Ruby and Sapphire. If the ball drops out of the Ruby field while the Ball Saver is active, Latios will rescue it and place it on Spoink without the ball being lost. Pokemon Omega Ruby, the player can use the Eon Flute to fly around Hoenn on the back of a Mega Latios. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Red Rescue Team, and Blue Rescue Team. Latios is the boss of Northern Range, having fled there after stealing from the Kecleon shop in Pokemon Square. Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon, Latios is a minor character in the game and briefly appears alongside Latios where they are being chased. Their lair turns to stone and their bodies fall to the ground. Pokedex entries in Gen 3 and Ruby. Latios has the ability to make its foe see an image of what it has seen or imagines in its head. This Pokemon is intelligent and understands human speech. Sapphire. Latios will only open its heart to a trainer with a compassionate spirit. This Pokemon can fly faster than a jet plane by folding its forelegs to minimize air resistance. Emerald. Even in hiding, it can detect the locations of others and sense their emotions since it has telepathy. Its intelligence allows it to understand human languages. Fire Red and Leaf Green. It has a docile temperament and dislikes fighting. Tucking in its forelegs, it can fly faster than a jet plane. In Gen 4, Diamond Pearl Platinum, a highly intelligent Pokemon, by folding back its wings in flight, it can overtake jet planes. Heart Gold and Soul Silver, it understands human speech and is highly intelligent. It is a tender Pokemon that dislikes fighting. The Gen 5 Pokedex entries are Diamond Pearl Platinums. In Gen 6, so is X's. Y is Heart Gold and Soul Silver's entry. Omega Ruby is basically rubies, but Latios and Pokemon are not the correct casing. Alpha Sapphire is basically sapphires, but Latios, Trainer, and Pokemon are the correct casing, I guess, except for Trainer is still capitalized for some reason. In Gen 8, Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, it is a highly intelligent Pokemon. By folding back its forelegs in flight, it can overtake jet planes. Game locations. In Pokemon Emerald, the roaming Pokemon is chosen in a sequence immediately after the credits where, after hearing a television report, the player is asked the color of the Pokemon in it. If blue is selected, Latios roams Hoenn and Latios is found at the island. If red is selected, Latios is found at the island and Latios roams Hoenn. Inside games and events. Held items. Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. The player must have selected the red Pokemon after defeating the Elite Four for the first time. It has Soul Dew 100% of the time. In Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, it has Latiosite 100% of the time. In events, it has Soul Dew 100% of the time, Latiosite 100% of the time, and Gold Bottle Cap 100% of the time. Stats, base stats. We'll compare Latios and Mega Latios. HP 80, that stays the same. Attack 90, that goes up to 130. Defense 80, that goes up to 100. Special attack 130, that goes up to 160. Special defense 110, that goes up to 120. Speed 110, that stays the same. So this one has a total of 600, and this one has a total of 700. Pokeathlon stats. Type effectiveness. Damaged normally by normal, flying, poison, rock, and steel. Weak to bug, ghost, ice, dragon, dark, and fairy, all for double, immune to ground. Resistant to fighting, fire, water, grass, electric, and psychic, all for half. Notes, if gravity is an effect, this Pokemon is given an Iron Ball, or affected by Smackdown or Ingrain. The opponent has the ability Mold Breaker, Turbo Blaze, or Terravolt, or this Pokemon is affected by Gastro Acid, or this Pokemon's ability is replaced. The effectiveness of Ground-type moves is 1, so we go from 0 to 1. Learn set by leveling up. 1, Stored Power and Dragon Dance, 5, Helping Hand, 10, Recover, 15, Confusion, 20, Tailwind, 25, Dragon Breath, 30, Ally Switch, 35, Luster Purge, 40, Zen Headbutt, 45, Dragon Pulse, 50, Heal Pulse, 55, Simple Beam, 60, Psychic, 65, Power Split, and 70, Memento. By TM, TM001 Takedown, 4 Agility, 7 Protect, 11 Water Pulse, 22 Chilling Water, 23 Charge Beam, 25 Facade, 27 Aerial Ace, 28 Bulldoze, 32 Swift, 34 Icy Wind, 40 Air Cutter, 41 Stored Power, 47 Endure, 49 Sunny Day, 50 Rain Dance, 51 Sandstorm, 54 Psyshock, 59 Zen Headbutt, 61 Shadow Claw, 65 Air Slash, 66 Body Slam, 70 Sleep Talk, 74 Reflect, 75 Light Screen, 77 Waterfall, 78 Dragon Claw, 81 Grass Knot, 82 Thunder Wave, 85 Rest, 97 Fly, 100 Dragon Dance, 103 Substitute, 109 Trick, 110 Liquidation, 112 Aura Sphere, 113 Tailwind, 114 Shadow Ball, 115 Dragon Pulse, 119 Energy Ball, 120 Psychic, 123 Surf, 126 Thunderbolt, 129 Calm Mind, 130 Helping Hand, 132 Baton Pass, 135 Ice Beam, 149 Earthquake, 152 Giga Impact, 156 Outrage, 163 Hyper Beam, 166 Thunder, 168 Solar Beam, 169 Draco Meteor, 171 Terra Blast, 172 Roar, 193 Weather Ball, 196 Flip Turn, 197 Dual Wing Beat, 200 Scale Shot, 203 Psych Up, 204 Double Edge, 217 Future Sight, 222 Breaking Swipe, 226 Dragon Cheer, and 228 Psychic Noise. By breeding, there's nothing. Side game data for Latios. Pokemon Ranger, Guardian Signs. In the browser entry, it flies around quickly and launches auras of light. You got all this. Pokepark Wii, Pikachu's Adventure, in the Pokepark Bad entry. Latios was persuaded to come to the Pokepark by his sister, Latias. Everyone agrees what a great idea that was, because Latios soars swiftly and salamence Ares. You got all this. Mega Latios, got all this. Form data, Mega Evolution, Latios, Latiosite, Mega Latios. Evolution data is just Latios. Sprites here, so we got a slightly different blue. Looks like the neck is a lot thicker, rather than that just kind of smooth transition there. A little bit more simplified all around. This is sort of teal and gold for shiny, kind of the opposite of Latios's. And then we got Gen 4 here. Slightly different blue, and I think slightly different kind of green here, I guess. Probably a little bit different in details as well, like the triangle seems to be a little bit smaller and stuff. Yeah, these things seem to be a little bit different. Oh, it's so it's kind of gray and then white for the shiny, I guess, for the body. Gen 5, you get the full back sprites. I think slightly different blue again. Yeah. And Gen 6 here, you got the models. Probably slightly different blue again. Yeah, pretty good adaptation, I'd say. And Mega Latios. And of course, the shiny Mega Latios, the same colors as shiny Mega Latioses. And at 7, not really much change. It seems like maybe it changes a little bit in the eyes and maybe a little bit the details. But yeah, not really much changes otherwise. Homes, you got these. Other sprites, Ruby's intro sprite. In animation, Latios in Pokemon Journeys the series. The 5th movie, Latios, is one of the big ones. Mega Latios in Hoopa and the Clash of Ages. So it's with Hoopa and Ash. And I got all these. Pokedex entries in Diamond and Pearl, episode 189, in Dawn's Pokedex. Latios, the Eon Pokemon. Latios is highly intelligent and can fly faster than a tread by tucking in its wings. Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire animated trailer. Mega Latios in the animated trailer with Brandon. Pokemon Generations. Latios in Pokemon Generations with Latios. And a Vigoroth and a Pikachu. Latios in Pokemon Evolutions with May. In the manga. Mega Latios in Pokemon Adventures. Latios Left and Latios Right in Pokemon Adventures. The TCG. The TFG. Other appearances, Super Smash Bros. Brawl. After Latios appears from its Pokeball, he will fly off the stage. He and Latios will then alternately zoom onto the stage with Steel Wing, damaging any opponent that collides with them. He may also cause movement of items as well. Latios and Latios in Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Trophy information, Latios appears with his counterpart, Latios. Eon Pokémon. There are only female Latios and only male Latios. If they sense the presence of a human or an enemy, they will generally use the light-bending trait of their down coats to make themselves invisible. They use telepathy to speak with companions. They travel in herds, but even so are rarely seen. They're a combination of dragon and psychic types. Super Smash Bros. For Nintendo 3DS/Wii U. Latios returns as a Pokeball Pokemon. He uses Steel Wing to quickly fly across the stage several times to damage targets. Latios, once again, shares his trophy with his female counterpart in both versions of the game. Latios and Latios trophy in Super Smash Bros. For 3DS. Trophy information in the North American version. Latios and Latios are Eon Pokemon. Both are Dragon/Psychic type Pokemon. The red Latios is female, while the blue Latios is male. By folding in their arms, they can fly faster than fighter jets. They combine speed and teamwork when they cross paths to attack fighters with Steel Wing. In the PAL version, Latios and Latios are Eon Pokemon. Both are Dragon and Psychic types. The red Latios is female, while the blue Latios is male. Befolding their arms in, they become super aerodynamic and can fly faster than fighter jets. They combine speed and teamwork when they cross paths to attack fighters with Steel Wing. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Latios returns as a Pokeball summon, retaining his behavior from past games. He also appears as a spirit alongside Latios. Eon Ticket, Latios is featured alongside Latios and the Vocaloids Hatsune Miku and Kaito in the song Eon Ticket, composed by Marasi8 for the Hatsune Miku Voltage Project. Trivia, we read this point in the Latios video. Origin, Latios and Latios appear to be a cross between a jet plane, due to their wing shape and speedy flight, a dragon, and a griffin, and a bird. In particular, their lack of feet and continuous levitation might be inspired by the common swift, a bird with tiny feet. Its Latin name, apus, means without feet, that spends most of its life in the air. Similarly, they might be inspired by the martlet, a mythical bird in English heraldry that never roosts and is usually depicted with tufts of feathers in place of feet. Their red and blue plumage might be based on parrots in the genus Eos. They could also be based on jungle fowl due to their possible shared origin with Blaziken. Due to their classification as Eon Pokemon and their connection to the Soul Dew, Latios and Latios might be inspired by the Aeons in Gnosticism, which are said to be emanations of God. In Valentinianism, these aeons form male and female pairs called syzygies. They may be loosely based on the Chinese philosophical concept of yin and yang, which are opposite but interconnected natural forces. Latios being male and the more aggressive of the two would represent yang. Their names and Latios' signature move, Luster Purge, might also be a reference to Eos, the Greek goddess of dawn. Name origin, Latios may be a combination of lateo, Latin for I conceal, I lie hidden, and os, Latin masculine suffix. It might also reference Eos, the Greek goddess of dawn, or Eos, a genus of parrots with red and blue plumage. It's possible that its name is derived from Plato's dialogue Timaeus. In other languages, references, related articles, legendary Pokémon, Mega Evolutions, and the Super Smash Bros. Series. Let's move on. Since we already watched the first scene featuring Latios in the anime yesterday, let's watch the second scene in the anime featuring Latios. Hello and welcome to the anime portion of the video. Today we are watching Pokemon Heroes, the movie. In this film, we're towards the beginning of the movie. We're basically immediately after we were yesterday's video. All we really know is that there's a book and two women, or girls, or some sort of females, were reading, or like looking at the book and talking about like a treasure or something, or like a jewel or something, yeah.
Someone's coming.
Yeah. And that is Latios' second scene in the anime. Let's move on. Now let's watch the scene featuring Latios and Detective Pikachu. Hello and welcome to the Detective Pikachu portion of the video, as I like to call it, Detective Latios, as it's only the France with Latios to the best of my ability. So all you really need to know for this video is that Tim Goodman, the main character, is flashing back to the day his mother died. This is young Tim and his grandmother in Tim's bedroom. And you'll see Latios and wall decal.
I know, Tim.
There's Latios and Latios.
But you had to see the doctor. It couldn't wait.
Yeah, and that is Latios' scene in Detective Pikachu. Let's move on. Now let's see why other people love Latios. Hello and welcome to the community post section of the video. The question is, what do you love about Latios? Beast Boy 2K4 has responded. They say, I like hoenn birds, and he classifies as one in my book. Yes. Thank you for responding. Let's move on. Now let's look at fan art. Hello and welcome to the fan art section of the video. No, we're set in fan art, so instead we're looking at TV art fan art. For those of you who aren't familiar with the series, what we do is we go through these images until we find an image that doesn't contain a Latios. This first one is Latios and Latios having fun together by an average Italian. So you've got this nice image of Latios and a Latios. You're flying through this sort of Venice-like place, kind of reminiscent of the fifth movie. Then we've got Latios, Latios, watercolor by Philippe PKM. It's this nice watercolor art of a Latios and Latios and a flagon here, very nice. Then we've got Latios Mermaid 9 by Cartoon Lover 2. So this is very clearly AI art. Yes, barely looks like Latios, but kinda looks like a Latios Mermaid, I guess. Latios Latina by Ephra Art Mix. We did this one yesterday, but we can do it again. So we got this Latios and Latios kind of stylized in the Sonic the Hedgehog style with Sonic the Hedgehog and Shadow here. And Shadow's asking, are you Latina? For some reason, I guess because Latios and Latina kind of sound a little bit similar. Got all the social media stuff. Then we've got Shay Latios by Pikachu. So it's this nice image of a Latios and Skyform Shaman here. Yeah, very well done. Then we've got Latios by Miliotic. It's this nice painting of a Latios. Sort of flappy, going very fast. Yeah, it's very nice. Then we've got Latios Mermaid 2 by Cartoon Lover 2. So again, another AI version of this sort of weird Mermaid Latios combination. Then Latios Mermaid 5 by Cartoon Lover 2. Again, another one of these weird AI art, which are like a weird combination of a mermaid and a Latios. And we've got Commission Giant Log by Aqua Blue. So we've got this shiny Latios and Latios. That's very fun. Sort of flying through this log here. Yeah, it's very nice. Then we've got Vulnerable by Rafael Momero 19. So this nice image of this Latios, I guess, comforting this Latios. Yeah, very nice. Then we've got PKMN Starlight Flight by Lumi Dragon. So this nice very stylized version of Latios and Latios here. Yeah, very well done. And we've got High Flying by Analog Silicon. So you got this sort of uncanny image of a Latios here. I think we did the Latios one yesterday. Yeah, very interesting. Then we've got Latios Night King by 2, the Yaiko Dark 2. So this sort of looks like a combination of a few Pokemon here. Got Latios as the main thing, with then a little bit of Mega Rayquaza in there, maybe a little bit of Primal Kyogre, maybe just regular Kyogre in there. Yeah. See all their, I guess, social media stuff. Pokemon Fusion Adopts open, so we've got 2 images here, and we're only going to do this first one here. So it seems to be a combination of Latios and Reshiram. Yeah, very well done. Then we've got Soaring Speeds by Introvert Nacho. So there's a nice image of a Latios here. Interesting, got like a scar, and there's like a tooth there, and sort of wings, and it's a little bit different on the belly. That's interesting. Then we've got Latios by Valrute. Sort of nice painting of a Latios here, very close up. Very well done. Then we've got Latios plus Latios by Crow Party. A nice painting of a Latios and a Latios here. Leaving this island, I guess. It's very nice. Then we've got Latios Mermaid 14 by Cartoon Lover 2, so another weird AI Latios mermaid thing. And we've got Latios by Sizebur. So you got this nice image of a Latios and a Latios. It kind of looks like a Latios kissing a Latios and being surprised in this tree. It's very nice. Then we've got Luce and Sig, yeah, by Panther Lily 877. I guess their sort of character version of Latios and Latios. Interesting. Then we've got Latios by Splatter Parrot. It's a nice painting of a Latios here. Very well done. And we've got Latios by Apricolor. So we talked about this one yesterday, but we can do it again. We got the Latios and Latios here. Kind of, I don't know, looks maybe embarrassed. I don't really know what's going on with the faces. Then we've got Latios by Fennec Silvestre. So it's nice, very stylized Latios and Latios here. Kind of like a classic painting, but done in like watercolor. It's very interesting. It looks like it's from December 17th, 2014. We got Number 101 by Stardust 130. So this interesting, very stylized art of a Latios and a Latios here. That seems to be the end of the page results, so we'll move on. Next to everyone who submitted fan art. I won't be streaming tonight, as I'll be waiting until I've talked about Rayquaza to catch a Latios. Tomorrow we'll be talking about Kyogre. As always, this is my proper outfit, and you'll see me tomorrow.